Welcome to the painting tutorial for the Iron-Master from the Leagues of Votann. These models are pretty easy to put together if you follow the instructions, so I'll just go straight to the painting. I will be zenithal highlighting, so I start with black primer on all the models. Switching to a white primer, I lightly dust the models all the way around at a 30-degree angle. I apply more white to areas that I want lighter. Note that for the 3 ECOG units, I only white prime the top. I'll leave the bottom section black, and you'll see why a little bit later. Now I switch to paints. I use Zealot Yellow Speed Paint as the primary color for my army. This goes on the upper torsos of all the models. Whatever primary color you selected for your army, it would go on this way. I recommend using speed paints for any large areas that require a lot of brushwork. It truly cuts down on time. Crusader Skin Speed Paint goes on the Iron-Master's face. Grim Black Speed Paint goes on all the weapons, the one that the Iron-Master carries, and also the ones that are used by the ECOGs. Hardened Leather Speed Paint goes on the jacket of the Iron-Master. This paint flows really easily into all the folds and especially the back of the jacket. The handles of the various weapons also get hardened leather. I put this color on the Iron-Master's cap, the apron on the Ironkin Assistant, on its straps and its backpack, and the handle on its wrench. My secondary color, Army Green, goes on the pants of the Iron-Master. I also paint the lower half of the Ironkin with this color. Dark Stone goes on the boots and the pads of the Iron-Master and the Ironkin Assistant. Their gloves also get dark stone. Switching to gunmetal metallics, I paint parts of the hammer and also the various tools that are hanging off the Iron-Master and the Ironkin Assistant. I also apply gunmetal to details such as the pipes on the sides of the Iron-Master's breastplate, his goggles, the buckles on his backpack, and parts of his gun. The energy pack and the wrench on the Ironkin also get this silver treatment. So does its gun and a few other details. For the 3 ECOG units, I am going to switch to my dry brush. I guess I would call this semi-dry brushing, because I'm going to leave a little more paint than usual on the dry brush so that it transfers more generously onto the model when I dry brush it. I do this on all the lower portions of the ECOGs, which is one of the reasons I left them black in these areas. Like in my previous videos, I use Radium Turbo Dark paint for all the helmets of the Ironkin. However, you can use bronze or gold for this application as well. Because I dry brushed the ECOG unit silver, I switched to leather brown, which I put on all the pouches of the ECOG units. I didn't use hardened leather speed paint because that applied on metallics will look very shiny, and that's just going to look really strange. Next, for the various dangling cables, you can use any color, but I use ultramarine blue, which works really well with my color scheme. I apply some Gravelord Grey speed paint onto the bedroll of the Iron-Master and also the little stone slab that he's standing on. I apply electric blue onto the goggles of the Iron-Master and the lit element in the middle of all the breastplates. It also goes on the viewfinder on the assistant's gun and the various lit elements on the ECOGs. All the other miscellaneous lenses and lights get goblin green. Now it's time to apply strong tone onto all the areas that did not get speed paint. This is mainly on all the silver areas on each of the models. And on the army green areas. These are standard acrylics which require washes to get depth. For the Iron-Master's eyes, I just put some whites in the eye sockets and mark the pupils with some black using a toothpick. Onward to decals. Because the pauldrons of the ECOG units are really curved, I recommend using both microset and microsol. Dip the decals for a few seconds. Apply microset to the surface and then transfer the decal onto the brush and then from the brush onto the surface. Then push it into position. Give the decals about 5 minutes to set and then dab some microsol onto each decal. Hit the decals with a hairdryer and this will allow the decals to set onto the surface and conform to the shape of the pauldrons. For basing, just brush on some Elmer's glue and then dip the entire base into your preferred basing material. Apply some black primer onto the rims of the bases to clean up for overspray, and at this point you're all set. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful to you, please be sure to hit like and subscribe if you're interested in more content such as this. Happy hobbying, wargaming, and I will see you very soon.